I'll be taking that.
Nom 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 nom. Yuck, that's gross. Not worth it.
Ugh, who would eat something out of a toilet?
I have no self-respect.
Greetings, YouTube, and welcome to another long-awaited episode of Random Ramen, the ramen show where I somehow justify the amount of sodium I'm taking in by eating one of these things. If you haven't already seen the news, I guess I also have to justify the amount of TBHQ that I'm taking in. Don't know what that is? Well, TBHQ is short for tertiary butyl hydroquinone. As it turns out, it is a byproduct of the petroleum industry to keep your noodles from sticking together when they're cooking. It is considered a carcinogen, so please check your preferred brands to see if they contain any of this TBHQ. So if you're like me and you can't get enough of your processed ramen, give it at least 3 days in between any products that do have TBHQ in them. But as it turns out, most of the Asian imported ramens do not contain TBHQ, so thank you for your concern, viewers, but I don't eat those kind of ramens. What an asshole. Today's little gem comes to us from the Paldo brand, and it is Teumsae Ramyun. Now, when I first spied this little package on the shelf, I knew I wasn't getting myself into the mild flavors of miso. No, this thing looks like it's supposed to be hot, so that's right around my ball game. I like that. So I picked this one up expecting something hot, and boy, oh did it deliver. This stuff is the hottest ramen I have encountered by a long shot. Every time I eat it, I tend to get a little bit of a sweat going on up here in the scalp, and a great deal of discomfort in my daily ablutions. For any English consumers of this ramen, there needs to be 5 words emblazoned across the front of the packaging, and that is, balls out, hot as fuck. This stuff is not messing around. So regardless of how much I like this product, I can't actually eat it too often. As my pillow baby friend Wero would say, stuff this spicy is bad for your fingernails. Ah, my asshole is an ashen wasteland. Not a ton of English on this packaging, but it is kind of bright and vibrant. I do like it. The red color is, of course, appealing to me, as always. Red is my favorite color. And yeah, a lot of these items on the front, I'm pretty sure they're included in there. Like, there's a lot of weird cuts to these vegetables, but I'm pretty sure it's like onions and scallions, and that's supposed to be like a mushroom, I think, with some fancy knife work done on it. I don't know, but those things are in there. So I'm giving this one 7 out of 10 for packaging. I wanted to show you guys the space that was dedicated to the English cooking instructions. Like the rest of the package there's so much letters on it, but yeah, here it is. Stir the noodles and ready to serve. And welcome back to our primary heat source, because we try to avoid using other heat sources in this kitchen. Heck, I can't even remember the last time I tried to make a bowl of ramen in the dishwasher. And without further ado, let's crack into this guy. Okay, so there we go. It is kind of your standard Asian import ramen. It has its seasoning packet, which is kind of essential for any packet of ramen. And then you have your vegetable mix on the side. I can tell you that this one, I mean, it's really good, and it's onions, mushrooms. I think it adds a bit to the broth. And then you have your noodle patty. This one looks like it's made of some, you know, relatively high quality noodles. Not a bunch of noodle dust in the bottom of these packets. They're pretty firm in the way they're held together, I guess. I don't know. I'm just fucking rambling. However. And today we'll be administering the water unto the pot via my blackout weed container. Yes, this blocks out all natural sunlight and keeps your weed nice and fresh. Get in there. There may be extra points involved if there is any residuals in the water. In go the noodles. And in goes the soup base. Just like the directions say. Curiously, the directions say nothing about adding the vegetable packet, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and assume they meant to do that anyway. And there you have it. That is officially 3 minutes and some change of some cooking. It said 3 to 4 minutes, so we're going to assume that that's good. What do you think, Dave? Huh? He immediately jumped over here to come see what I was doing, but I don't know if he's that into it. I can tell you that the whole house kind of smells like Chili's right now because this stuff is just so bloody hot. All right, so here we go. This is the Teumsae Ramyun. After cooking, it really looks like the 500 cc's of water sort of evaporated a lot to make a much richer broth. And yeah, it smells like it's gonna kick my butt. This stuff is like super duper spicy when I make it the way I like to make it. But it looks like they intended it to be a little bit hotter than that, so. Alright, so I'm gonna eat a lot of this, and just keep an eye on my facial regions here in my scalp, because I feel like I'm sweating already. Like, honestly, just sitting above this and smelling it, it gets me going. It gets my glands going. Glands. Yeah, folks, that's a hot ramen. And you know, every time I have it, every single time, I'm like, you know, that's really hot stuff. Next time I have it, I'm gonna know what I'm eating, you know? Never. It's always so hot, and I'm always left with the impression it's like, every first bite I take, it's like, holy shit, how do they sell something this hot? Because it's really, it's making it's making my mouth light up like a Christmas tree. Okay, so the noodles. The noodles on this one. I'm gonna start to rate everything. Let's start from the top, sodium. Sodium I don't rate things on, but this is a very salty ass ramen. It comes in at 20 milligrams per package, and that's pretty standard. These things are all salty as hell. Price on this one is $5.99 for a 5-pack, which isn't horrible. It's actually kind of good, like $1.25 per package. It's, you know, it's rockable. It's a little bit better than the more famous name brand stuff. Probably see I'm sweating already. So the price on this one is going to come down to about like a 6 out of 10. $1.25 is nice, you know, but like Sapporo Ichiban, it's really good stuff. Pretty sure it still doesn't have the TVHQ in it, and it's like 59 cents a package. It doesn't come with any little vegetable bits in there, but you know, it's like that's a high price to pay if you're considering that the only difference. Oh man, yeah, I can feel it already. So hot, so unbelievably hot. I don't know how they get away with selling it. Oh my god, that's hot. You know, when you're taking the noodles out, you can see little bits of red chili just hanging off them. Anyway, back to the review. So the noodles on this one, I'm going to give like a 6 out of 10. Like they're an okay noodle if you get them like right off of the stove, but they go mushy so fast for some reason. So I'm not really in love with them. Even wondering if I should give them like a 5. But the broth is where everything comes into play. Oh my god, it's so fucking hot. It doesn't really have too many flavors going on with it. It's like you got that hot chili flavor, and that's kind of it. It has a wallop to it too. It punches you in the face. Oh my god. Alright, let's see how fast I can down the rest of this. It's still hot temperature wise too, so. Oh, yes. So yeah. Pretty high markings all around. In terms of bonus features, oh, well, I mean, did I actually get through reviewing the broth? I gave it a 6 out of 10 because while I do enjoy it a lot, it's just kind of a simple flavor, you know, the just hot chili flavor. And it's not really breaking any molds there. Like, there's probably 3 or 4 other kind of ramens that I could recommend that are the same kind of flavor, just not quite this hot. This is, it's really no joke. Woo! Alright. In terms of like bits and bobs and extra points and stuff, you can't really give this one too much. It just had the 1 packet of vegetables, but that's still a point. I count that as a point because when you break into a ramen packet that doesn't have those, oh, it's such a bummer. It's like, what are we living in the Stone Age? So, yeah, pretty high ratings on this one. Watch out if you don't really love spicy foods. I mean, there's sweat coming down my neck right now, and I'm not even done. I'm not even done with the bowl. Oh, lordy, lordy. It's so bloody hot, the sweat's like dripping down in my eyes. So yeah, great product. Give it to like the chili head in your life, because man, they just have staying power. And it just keeps kicking. Like, sweat is literally dripping down my neck right now. And this is coming from a guy who eats pretty hot stuff. I mean, look at this. This sweat dripping down my lips. Oh my god, it's crazy. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Random Ramen. I really enjoyed this one. It's always a lot of fun breaking these out. I mean, if not for just enjoying ramen, for the novelty of it too. I'm always drenched in sweat by the time I'm done eating. So thank you very much. I will see you next time.